This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of
Internet?
your Los
It's
Angeles
your
Clippers.
boy,
Get hip or get stuck.
And I'm back. Oh, I'm back, and it feels good. Even though I'm only back for the moment because I'm still trying to get my AC running. And
Moments from now, the setting is Detroit, the Motor City. The Clippers taking on the Pistons. For Los Angeles, the best record in the NBA. And it's an elite team that expects to win every time they take the floor. Pistons, Clippers, don't leave your seat. We'll be right back.
Does that follow you? Yeah, I'll follow you, Smash.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. And let's check out a breakdown, looking at some stats for him.
And it's a nice month he's having. Something's got him motivated. He's become a much bigger contributor offensively. He's settled into the kind of groove that every player wants to get in.
Now it's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had when he was in Los Angeles, it was tough for him to be the leader of the Clippers. There were bigger voices in the locker room, such as CP3 and Doc Rivers. But Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said, in Detroit, he's definitely the leader. When he speaks, everybody listens. This is his team.
I'm a guy on my
Kevin?
word, buddy. I'm a guy on my word.
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same because it keeps a full context of sports when you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing it, adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games.
Very interesting. Here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Great one out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Williams. And it's George, and it's the two. And for the Pistons, on the wings, Kennard and Snell. Maker out there with Griffin. And it's Rose in at the point guard. Here's Kennard. After the made shot from the great one. Kennard, the pass to Rose. Got a hand on it.
Come on, kid.
But they recovers. Griffin dishes to Rose. And even after two offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Nobody near George. No good on the three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Rose can't hit.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense. Forcing his man into a difficult attempt.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the night. Free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Now here's Rose. He's coming off a 25-point game against Portland. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And here's Rose. And he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Here's Kennard, defended by George. That shot wide open. Rose has got 5.
And Rose has shown himself capable of knocking down that three when he's got some daylight.
Here's the great one, defended by Griffin. The great one makes it off the glass.
Well, this team was already scary on paper before the start of the season, but Che has taken them to new levels. They are definitely on the short list of teams that could walk away with a ring when it's all said and done.
Greg, I don't know, honestly, where this team would be without you.
You know what? This isn't. Oh, that's why everything's turned up. Okay. You know what? I knew something was going on. I knew something was going on. This is way too loud.
They'd be in the playoff picture for sure, but I don't think they are even considered a contender without him.
There we go. That's better.
Left side, Griffin. Snell, the pass to Rose. 6 on the shot clock.
Now it's not completely drowning me out. And I'm probably not
There's
busting
his
your
third
ears
field goal, and
anymore.
now he's made half of his 6 shots.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Here's Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, that's
That was
all
for my girl
about
when she
feel.
said, look, my ex used to be like,
At the
talking to you
elbow,
is like
Griffin.
talking to a brick wall.
Great tee that time from Leonard.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
Up again.
Nice
That's great.
pass.
Easy
Putting
money.
in work
Easy
on the
money.
interior.
Easy money.
Gotta love it.
Here's Rose. 7 points in the game. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. No good off
Good
the back of
rebound.
the rim.
Let's go up to the
You almost
races.
have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Yeah, right now, it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last. His field goal percentage has dipped this quarter. I mean, his movement has to be better. He has to find the open spots on the floor.
And Chris, just how special was it to play for Detroit in your
Just
career?
down there
What relationship does
doing the
this
dirty work.
team have with their fans?
Getting my hands
Yeah, it was
dirty,
so
you know.
special. I mean, being able to go home to the house that I grew up in, my parents lived in, and to be able to go to the Pistons practice and to be part of it, to put on that jersey, it was so special, man. This
That's a
team
great one.
is a
Timeout,
mainstay
timeout.
of the city. I mean, you feel like you can lift up the whole
Dang,
city
Pistons called
when you play.
timeout
for the
immediately
Pistons.
after the
It was
basket.
such a special part
Damn.
of my career.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become
Vic,
contagious.
you guys hear that air
Then it starts
conditioner
to
in the
become a
background?
mental block. You start to think, oh man, I can't.
hoping
I
you don't
can't miss
hear
the
it.
next one.
It's like out of shit to me, though. It's tripping me out. I'm like listening again to see if I can hear it in the live stream. But yeah, it's like, dude, I just wish that shit was going on. That's all I can really say. I just wish my air conditioner was working.
Now let's take a moment to check out our race for Rookie of the Year. Here are some of the top young talents in the game who will be recognized as the best of the best. Well, you look at the great one all season long. He has proven again and again that he is the cream of the crop. He's in the top
Window
spot
mount.
right now, and the hardware could be his.
Instead of the
And there's no
central air
more
unit.
deserving candidate. Any other outcome than him lifting that Rookie of the Year trophy, and I'd be shocked.
Yeah,
That's
this
why I
point he
haven't been live
separated himself from
streaming.
the pack. I don't know what more he could have done this year. It's been one amazing performance after another.
Here's the great one,
Before he got
following the
before he got
score
it in
by
here.
Derrick Rose.
This room is really
No
hot.
good from the great one. Pistons trail by 10.
I didn't want to like risk my equipment trying to live stream while it was like
Rose
super
passes
hot.
to Griffin. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Oh, well, Kev, you know I always appreciate when a big man can create for others.
Pull down.
Blake Griffin,
Hopefully
he's one
this
of the
mic is
best in the game in that
good
regard.
enough to
Such a
where
fantastic
it picks
passer.
up my
This
voice
is his
and
first free throw of the
not
game.
the air
And you know,
conditioner
guys, he had a
that's
big
running
game
right
at the free throw
behind
line
me.
in their last
You
outing.
know, that
Two
helps
shots.
the quality of
Relax
my
on the
life.
first.
It's cool
That's
having a
good
new
from
mic,
Blake
though.
Griffin.
I enjoy that.
Chris, you almost forget
That's
just
awesome.
how big Griffin is because of how smoothly
Hope I
he can
sound better.
facilitate for others.
Yeah, Kevin, and I hate when people say
I know
he's
it's
a good
kinda
passer for a
quiet
big
compared to
man.
my
What
other
type of
mic, but the
caveat
other
is that?
mic
He's just a
picked
good
up
passer.
everything.
He has great vision, superb timing, and that's why he's always been near the top in assists for bigs.
Blake Griffin hits them both.
I love watching Griffin play the game. I mean, he has a lot of confidence in his abilities. He's terrific at staying aggressive.
Outside Williams. Here's Leonard. Here's the great one. Rebound collected by Snell.
They say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
Here's the great one. And it's in. That's the number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Pistons fans
And
are
that
salty.
bucket adds to what has been a big difference
I remember seeing
in
rebounders
points in
like
the
that.
paint between the two teams.
Rose against Williams. Elbow shot. That shot off the mark as the Clippers taking it the other way.
13. To the
But
corner.
Trey, that ball, nice speed that time from George. George has got 3 assists tonight.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And stolen by Williams.
Man,
With
these
the
guys
floater,
are
and that's 2 points on the layup. Williams has got 9.
bullies.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you're trying to pack in the lane. I mean, but that opens up some opportunities for the shooters.
Now here's Griffin. He had 27 points last game. Back to Rose. 6 to shoot.
Crap.
That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
He's ramped up his game in a big way this quarter. I don't think he likes it when they're trailing.
The great one passes to Williams. Softly drops in the floater.
It better be
He's
easy.
got
They
11.
didn't
And
allow
he
me to set a
delivers
pick on him.
another blow. Something's gotten into him this quarter. He's carrying them offensively.
Kennard, the pass to Maker.
Okay, Blake, she's letting you-
Outside Rose. Pass to Snell. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And that one's good. Leonard.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to
can do.
talk it over. Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah.
Try to finish up
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
season.
I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and, and are tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and that's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up with some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard on this. I got to get this free throw.
They say that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie. I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw. Man. Come on, don't push me all the way in the basket. You'd have a good
What was
night.
the response?
He pushed me into the basket.
And the Pistons with possession here after the Clippers pick up 2. Pass to Brown. Outside Knight.
Oh,
over Morris. Detroit, no good that time
Let's
either.
go off to the races.
Clippers leading by 20.
PG and Stride.
And George, here we go. And George with this stuff.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove this amount.
Rarely seen.
Now here's Knight. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. The three from George. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
It's early, but they are
good
getting
ball
pummeled
movement.
on the glass.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Mikhailuk, covered by
Terrible
Morris.
defense. Terrible.
Nice
Terrible.
finish on the alley-oop from the
I got
stupendous
too much
feed.
better.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. And the layup's good off the glass.
Way too easy.
Morris has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Pass to Henson. Here's Mikhailuk. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points
Like
a game.
that.
Knight for three.
No go.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
The pass to Shamet. Passes it to the great one. Here's George. And that one, good. George has got 9.
And they've done the
Okay, I got an
job
assist for
on the
that.
offensive
At least
glass.
I got something.
And here's Knight. He'll bring it up for Detroit. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
Well, Greg, no matter what their mindset was, that was going to be a very tough
Oh,
task.
no. Don't get
Have
me
the horses to compete with those guys.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded by Knight. Now, here's Shamet. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Just 5 on the clock. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, we got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Here's Knight after the basket by Los Angeles. Pistons passing it around.
Cannot give up an offensive board here either.
Lets it fly from 18. And Detroit again with the bucket.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's
Really?
that open,
I'm who
you're
you
going to
want.
be in for a
Want to play
long
point
wait.
guard in this position? Okay.
Here's the great one. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Again, Los
I'll make it
Angeles.
work.
And of the last 6 baskets,
make it work.
5 have come on the
I'll
interior.
do what I
this
do.
is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Knight. He's covered by Shamet.
Where you
And
going?
it's
Where you
Paul
going?
George with the
Right.
foul.
Nowhere.
That's
Sit
his
down,
first
Cloud.
foul. Detroit shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Oh,
And I think this is a strength of this team.
Right,
Solid
going
numbers at the line.
then they sat me down. I guess they did sit down. The
It's an
Clown.
entirely new group now out there. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Felicio. The great one comes in for Patrick Patterson. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Williams in for Landry Shamet. Setting the floor for the
Rebound.
Clippers.
Off the races.
We've got the great one. Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Harrell in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last
Williams
game
with the
against
good
the
leg.
Nets was
Yo, what
outstanding.
up,
He
Green
had
Tons?
56 points and was his usual dominant self on the glass. He put up great numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss. and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight.
Get that out of here.
Thanks, David.
Oh.
It was a special night
That
for
was a
him.
terrible
The
block.
team
That's
really
impressive.
fed off his energy.
See how he was like
the catalyst for that
sideways
win,
and crooked, like
it
he was
was
trying
an
to
effort
hit
that
that.
I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, right. And I'm sure he wants to come out in attack mode. The other key for him is to continue to get to his spots on the floor.
Oh, we got to switch. We got to switch. A little fella. Got him. Look at it.
Los Angeles.
Ankle.
Well there.
You see that? That
Not
was almost
much
an ankle
resistance
breaker on the
from the
post.
D.
I mean, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping
Yo,
the
for
shooter
sure.
misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Fires from the line. Offensive rebound.
Ah, man.
Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
We gave up a
Griffin's
rebound.
got 6
That was
points.
terrible.
He possesses an unending supply of energy. We've seen it over the years.
Yep.
Griffin is
I'll
awesome.
give you a
at
follow
hitting
at the
boards
next
with
dead
force.
ball.
Williams finds
Or
Leonard.
when I get subbed out again.
And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Where you going? Think
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
what
Think
you
about
love
it.
about him. He shows no mercy,
Blake has
even with
nothing.
the comfortable lead.
Yep.
Here's Kennard. He's defended by Harold.
Where you gonna go? Team defense.
Chipped away from about 19 feet. Connects. The jumper drops. 20
Oh, yeah,
points
no problem.
for Derrick Rose.
No problem.
Here's
Green.
Williams. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. Pass to the great one.
And one.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Great value in rim protection, Chris. Talk about some of the characteristics that you have seen and you use yourself in being a good shot blocker.
Well, your reputation precedes you as a shot blocker. So as a shot blocker, you've already blocked enough shots that everyone knows, hey, I'm Rudy Gobert. Don't come here in here unless you want to get that shot swatted
Yep,
out
there
of the
you
way.
go,
My
Green.
name's Joel Embiid. Did you see my highlights of last game? So really what I'm saying is a shot blocker is always in your thought
There you go,
process. I still
Green.
have nightmares
Got you your
about
follow.
the tempo. Oh, come on, let's
I bet.
go to the next. Go to the next one, please. Come on. Get off
One
shot
thing
blockers.
a hood ninja do is keep his word.
Zubac is checked in for the
Honor
Clippers.
and all that stuff. You know how it goes.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities.
Now we're back
at
out
the
here.
line.
More lockdown defense.
Here's Kennard, defended by George.
Giving Blake and the Pistons a walking nightmare.
Rose against Zubac. Puts it up from 12. Rose, no good.
Well, they've been better than good on the
Oh,
glass
yeah.
today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams
Defensively, anyway.
in that area.
Offensively,
Griffin with it.
he's
George
kind of
picks it up,
lacking.
and the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play
Kinda
chance right
shaky.
here. One free throw coming up.
Defense.
Detroit shooting their
On
fourth shot at the
defense,
foul
he's
line
solid,
here.
but offensively, yeah, he's a little
That
bit,
free throw good from Maker.
a little bit skittish.
LA's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9.
Oh, got him.
George with the ball.
Right, where you gonna go,
A
Blake?
20-point game for him in the win against Brooklyn.
Right.
And I just love the
how you run
aggressiveness
pick and roll.
from George, just slicing
Make the
apart the
defender
defense
have
with
to
that
make a decision.
terrific ability to
That's really
penetrate.
what it's about.
Outside Rose.
Yep.
This is to Griffin.
I'm there, Blake. I'm there, Blake.
And
No,
there's the
sir.
whistle. 3
No,
second
sir.
violation. With 10 games left,
occasionally
let's
I
see how
play
the
in the
playoff race is shaping up out east. You take a look at the Pistons. It hasn't been a great season for
Usually,
them. We
if
may
my
see
buddies
some
hit me up and
changes
say
in the
that they're
offseason.
playing out there, then
And
I'll
I think
play
for the
with them.
Pistons, this has been
But
a
as far as
season
going out,
I'm sure
playing
they'd
out there
like
as
to
a
forget.
solo guy,
And luckily,
nah.
they'll be able to do that
I
soon
tend not
enough.
to.
They have their work
Not as
cut
a
out in the
solo.
offseason. The status quo isn't going to cut it. There has to be an overhaul.
Brown is checked in for the Pistons.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Outside Griffin. Puts up a
I gave him
three.
too much space.
He can't get it to
Oh,
go.
he did
So
take
Los
advantage.
Angeles will take it the other
What a way to let the ship
It's off to
sail.
Charlotte for him as they take on the Hornets. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them.
And that's what you want to see. They're doing a good job getting points in the paint here in the
And
second.
one.
For Los Angeles, they have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
Didn't have a free throw in the first quarter, but you can see he's starting to play with more energy now. He has a tougher attitude.
Yeah, I'm only like, but in the park, I'm
Williams
only like
against
a
Rose.
all-star.
Pass to Kennard. Again, the miss by
Enough
the
to get off the
Pistons.
bronze.
He makes a lot
Look at
more
that.
of those
Easy
when he
money.
misses.
Easy
Not sure
money.
what threw him off right there.
And the shot goes in. Williams has got 6 in the quarter.
Now, this game would have a different look if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, 100% from the field for him.
Now Brown. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces.
This is going to be easy,
Nothing
board.
going their way.
Dropped
But
it.
it's something that happens to every team. You just have to ride it
I
out,
was trying
play
to be
your hardest,
greedy.
and
That's
live with
all.
the results.
Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the
Had
Nets
to
in
get in the
Brooklyn.
high
And
20s
sometimes it's a
when it comes
lot
to
harder
rebounds.
to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And a lot of it is moving without the ball. When you do that, things tend to open up.
Los Angeles has gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And there's the basket.
All they can
Whistle
do is
blows,
foul
and a
in that
chance for a
situation.
three-point play, going to the line for 1.
Choose the right
The
hand to
assist
score
totals,
with.
Kevin,
All they can
just
do is foul.
continue to grow. They're way ahead in that
They're
category.
left with
Ball
very
movement
little
has been
choice in the
flawless.
matter.
Los Angeles shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Henson checked in for Maker. Dumboya comes in for Blake Griffin. And Knight subbed in for Rose. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Landry
the
Shamet
rollout.
checked in for Williams. And so Knight will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons.
That defense,
About
though.
3 seconds between shot and game clock.
The defense, though, man. No fast breaks.
Brown against George. Outside Knight, trying to get something going. Nailed from three-point land. Knight's got 10 points in the game. To the middle, stolen by Henson.
Henson stepped right in.
From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time.
They knew I was
And
being
that's
greedy.
why he's
They
one
knew
of the
what was
best
coming. They
two-way
knew what
wings
was up.
out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Clippers ahead,
Beating the bricks off
running
these
away
cats.
with it. And now, thank you, David. And
Whoa,
back
was
to
that
the third
me?
quarter of action
Did I just
following
fast forward
halftime.
past my interview? That's a bum way to go out. Oh, that was Kawhi. Okay.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from the Great One.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, it could be one of those epic games, but we still have a long way to go.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Pistons, at the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Rose is out there with Kennard, and it's Maker in at the 5 down low. Here's Kennard, defended
that
by
out of
George.
there.
Griffin's shot is off.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And guys, when George
The
gets
defense.
cooking, you are in for
It's
a
not
long night.
for the weak of
He's just
heart.
fantastic at finding different ways to score.
And there's the pass to Rose. Maker kicks to Snell. The Pistons need to get off a shot here.
Rebound. Move him out the
Come
way.
on, his shot is off. LA has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight.
Give him a soft little bow.
50% exactly. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
They work to get him that bad.
Possessions. Are you kidding me? He's superb at using his speed to gut the defense to pieces.
And George, here we go.
Man. Oh, George, you let Kennard strip you?
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Here's Rose. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Harrell.
It might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half.
That was easy money,
Only
man.
1 for 4 so
Easy
far.
money.
You just need to calm down.
You guys didn't even
Play
see
their
that
game.
assist, did you?
Attacking
I know
in
you
transition, the
didn't.
most consistent way
just
to
there.
generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time
that
last
was
season.
bad.
He joined Kevin McHale
That's
and
because I
Devin
was
Shrimp as
expecting,
the only players
Maker
to
to
win
just
the
take it
award
up
in
on
consecutive seasons.
Williams.
And with the most
So I was
career
already
points
primed to
ever
jump.
scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Here's the great one, defended by Griffin. Williams outside.
Move, little
They
fella.
get the rebound. And too long on the shot.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
Snell from outside. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got his fourth assist in this one.
Who's got Williams?
Rose against Williams. Passes it to George. The fadeaway.
Give me that.
Here's the great one. And he finishes nice on the layup. The great one's got 27 points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Defense is real.
Pass to Maker. Takes a three.
Know to run to.
It's rebounded by Leonard.
Throw a
Leonard's
trash.
got his seventh rebound here
So
tonight.
all they can do.
Pass to Williams. Inside. Here's the great one. And he makes the eight-footer. The great one's got 6 in the quarter.
My bag is
His
deep.
energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his
My
tail
bag is
off.
deep. I
And
get
deep,
down.
he's struggling to keep up.
Bounce pass from Rose. Here's Kennard. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. George with the defensive effort. The Clippers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Basket counts. 20 points for Kawhi Leonard.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
The pass to Maker. Back to Kennard. Right side, Griffin. Leans. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
And that one's good. Leonard.
Easy
They're going to have
money.
a nice little
Man,
run
I'm about
here.
to get a triple double.
Detroit's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Now the feed to Rose. And the rejection by Harrell. Passes it to the great one. George with the ball. Second chance shot, and he gets contact and the
Paul
whistle on
George
the
didn't
shot.
make that.
2 shots coming up.
We'll
And Detroit
never
gets
know.
called for the foul. A lot of player ejections in the playoffs last year. In fact, the highest in 3 decades. Seems like tensions, Chris, with the officials are still escalating.
Well, yeah, the relationship
I did not
between the
wanna get
players
a
and the
Pistons a
referees,
50-point
you know, it's always an ongoing process, and it's definitely getting better. But last year we had the highest number of new referees in the history of the NBA. And so you're going to have a growing pains when you have younger guys
Right, so
and
my guy on the
understanding the
bench, he's
culture
going
of the
crazy.
league. But
Yeah.
I like the way that we're going.
He's out there going bananas. Chiquita.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubats is checked in for Felicio. The great one comes in for Patrick Patterson. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Murray. Free throw good from Morris.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's Knight. He's covered closely. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's the great one. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. The great one's got 31 points.
And with the game he's having, there's no doubt he'll be the guy they lean on to protect the lead.
Over to the wing.
Get it out of there.
Tumboya. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
Bump.
A minute 50 left in the 3rd quarter of the game.
Let's go.
A shot by Knight, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such
9
a
assists. Like I
respected
said, this
defender.
triple dub is
Yeah, you can see why he's established that
It's
reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And here is Brown. Pass to Henson. Outside Knight. Looking to end the run. Again, the miss by Knight.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And they pick up 2. Morris has got 16 here in the 2nd half.
The ball movement on this run has been
keep it up, we
fantastic
might
and is
give
a
them
big
60.
part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Knight against George. 56 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Down low, stolen by George. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Shamet. Here's Morris. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul.
I was calling
Shot
for an
misses.
alley-oop.
He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul
Because
against
I'm
Detroit.
extremely
He's
greedy.
made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%. So no doubt he's pleased with that.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Williams has checked in. And he's good on the 2nd. 44 seconds left in the 3rd. Brown dishes to Henson. Dumboya passes to Brown. Pass to Mikhailuk. Clock at 6. To end the drought. They grab their own miss. Henson. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the 2nd chance bucket right there.
Now, with all the intensity he plays with, boxing him out is a chore. A tough one.
Offensive rebound. Fast break. Here we go. All alone. The rebound by the great one. The great one's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Shamet. Off target. And so it's Los Angeles with a huge lead at the break. Safe
you
to say
believe
there's
that?
no catching it today.
I can't believe
They've
that
been
their
playing
rebound
some
numbers are so
ferocious
low right
defense.
now.
And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry
The
right
assist
there.
of
I
the
mean,
game,
great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect
that was a good
delivery.
time.
How about the unselfishness? Night
course
in
it
and
was.
night out.
It
We see
involved
guys
me.
trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Williams and Shamet are the guard set. Kawhi Leonard is out there with the great one, and it's Zubats in at the center position.
No one came on the screen. It's like
Here's a look
everybody
at what's
just
coming up
stopped
for the
running.
Detroit Pistons. On
waiting for
Sunday,
somebody to pass
they'll
it
be
to.
playing against
No
James
one.
Harden and the Houston Rockets. And then on Wednesday, they'll face off
fault.
against DeAndre
Just
Jordan
attacked.
and the Brooklyn Nets.
And looking at the matchup with the Heat, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
And the ball's
I didn't
tied
get a
up, so
block
we'll have
on
a
that.
jump ball.
Okay. All righty.
And here are the Clippers now. LA's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7-13 on three.
He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. He's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
The Pistons shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Doumbouya passes to Hall. C-Web, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game, and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
Shamet, the pass to Williams. Baseline jumper. That one off the back iron and out. The Pistons have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. To the wing right side. And the pass to Kennard. Passes to Thomas. Shot clock at 6.
Got out of there.
And the rejection by Zubac.
Oh, Zubac got the block.
Here's Leonard. Got it. Good job in the low post. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Exactly. Give it to the guy with the hot hand as long as you can. Let him try to close this out.
Lays it up on the glass.
Get it inside like this, you're going to get a high percentage shot almost every time.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Williams. He's guarded closer to the inside.
Right. Terrible pass.
Here's Thomas. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
The execution was
The Clippers
terrible.
have gone 3 of 4 on field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Now here's Williams. Defense right on him.
Give me that.
They get it back. There's the dunk to finish it off.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
Pass to Hall. He dishes it to Doumbouya. That's regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic. Even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area. And if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories. Whether you're talking about the Vlade Divas or the Sabos that came into the game, and even if you go to Marshall Dirk Nowitzki, yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to them, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Pistons. Tony Snell comes in for Luke Kennard. Felicia's checked in for the Clippers. Murray comes in for Leonard. Shoots from the line, and the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
You always worry about Griffin around the basket, but don't overlook his mid-range game.
Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Shamet kicks to Felicio. Here's the great one. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You never know. He might put you out on the island.
First free throw is good. All three throws good from the great one. And with the
Both free
likely
throws are
return of
good.
prep to pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
Felicio, the pass to Murray. To the paint. No good from the great one. Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Good on the shot. Griffin's got 10 points in just the second half.
His shooting has been a bright spot for them. Otherwise, they've struggled as a whole.
It's stolen.
Get that out of
He's
there.
guarded by Williams. And it's denied.
We
It's out of
all
bounds.
saw
The
that
Pistons
coming,
able
right?
to retain possession here.
I hope y'all saw that coming. I hope y'all didn't think I was just gonna.
The Clippers on
get away with
defense.
that.
The pass to Hall. Picked
Got
his
him.
pocket. And he dunks it down.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. The Pistons have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. And the 3 off target.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
Here's the great one, defended by Griffin. Inside. Here's the great one. That misses off the backboard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Got too many moves
The
right
great
now.
one's got 41.
He's kept the integrity of their offense tonight by moving
Left
and
hand,
cutting
right
and
hand.
scoring every
Spin
time
left,
they've
spin
needed
right,
it to.
Drop step left, drop step right.
Bounce pass, Thomas.
Shimmy left, finish right.
See, Webb, if we lower the
Shimmy
draft
right,
age
finish
back to
left.
18, the league will take a larger role developing high school players. Your thoughts?
Well, I think I think it could be a safety net. So many kids are vulnerable at this time, and they don't have a system, and that's why everything's kind of been messed up for players trying to figure out what is the correct system. How do I really get immersed? I want to be in the NBA. What is the right way? And I think the younger you are, with the more direction that you have, it can only turn out to be
I
a
said I was going
safer
to get a
process.
triple-double then.
I would hope.
How many
And
minutes
getting
am I
better
going without hitting an
pro-level
assist?
training, too, coaching.
Wow.
Yeah, pro-level training, pro-level knowledge, pro-level relationships. I think it's a great thing about the league.
The Pistons making a change here. Mikhailuk has checked in. And Murray's got the ball here for the Clippers. Here's Williams.
There we
Good
go.
on the baseline
Finishes.
jam.
Knock it
Williams
down.
has got 22.
Get it out the way.
And their balanced effort at both ends
That's what we were
has
talking about.
hushed
We were talking it
this
up.
crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
Thomas with the ball. Out guarded by Murray.
Got out of there.
And it's out of bounds.
The
The Pistons
disrespect
able to
will
retain
not be
possession
tolerated.
here. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Clock at 6. Guarded by Green.
If his performance this good,
That's what happens when you don't box
I
out.
don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of
That
the
was my
hole.
own fault.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Drake, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Williams passes to the great one.
Give it
And
to
he
him.
throws it down hard with one
Give it
hand.
right back to him.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Thomas kicks to Griffin. What negotiating concession the league wants from the Players Union. prospect attendance first at the draft combine and team-wide
Off to the
access
races.
to
Easy
player
money.
physicals.
Well, this is a tough one because I don't think that a team that is not interested in you should have your physical. And we all know that information is shared, and so it should be genuine in the teams that are truly interested. And so I understand agents holding back on that. Medical information is something very serious that just because you have an opportunity to be drafted, your information shouldn't be spread all across the world just because you're at a combine. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but basically you just want a level playing field for everyone. And if you have that, it'll be better for everyone. Oh, he's got it rolling this quarter, taking it on himself to guide their offense.
Williams passes to Shamet. To the inside. Murray outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Detroit's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Thomas surveying the D. Launches a three, and the three ball is good.
Oh, the timing
We'll
couldn't
get
have
another
been
one.
better on that
I promise you
assist.
that.
Los Angeles has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Shamet the pass to Green. Back to Shamet. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Down low. Here's the great one. It's good. Great
He's
play
a
by
little
Williams to set it up.
fella. And we don't
Williams has
respect
got
the
assist
little
number
fella.
8 now on
In
the
the
night.
paint, we don't.
Detroit's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Right side, Thomas.
Stuck him up. Damn.
Murray outside.
Give me that
That's
board,
another
little fella.
Collecting
Weight
with
room
another board.
opens at
He's been
5
everywhere.
a.m.
Just sensational.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Floats one. Thomas, no luck. On offense, here are the Clippers. They're on a 16-7 run.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone
Little
who
fella.
watched it.
He's a little
Just
fella.
total
He's been
mismatch
punished.
and a true showing of strength for the Clippers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you can hardly say this win surprised anyone with the season these guys have put together. Win after win all year long. What a record-breaking year this team has put together. A season for the record books.
That was
And
trash.
with this
and
win, it gives them a
should've gotten
sweep
another assist
of
on
the
that.
season series, even though it's just a brief.
It is what it
two-game
is.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys. And look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the great one.
Well, he's had an effect on every part of this game, a triple-double. What more can you say? It's been a one-man show. Today was a good day.
And so Murray nails both of them. There's 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside Thomas. He kicks to Griffin.
No, sir.
And it's Kabengele with the rebound. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 20-7 run. Pass to Shamet. Here's Kabengele. He's guarded by Thomas. Fade away.
That's the
Rebounded
shot
by
I
the
wanted to
Pistons.
shoot.
For the three.
That was perfect. Ah,
That
grab it
shot
up.
off.
Cross seam.
Here's the great one. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way
We
they
almost
controlled the
doubled them
game and just completely
Almost.
took the crowd out of it,
Pretty close.
that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
Not bad. Now that I'm looking at the replay, though, that's a weird number of fans to pick up.
Thank you.
Once we get his masterclass in interviews, I'll be back.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Shaquille O'Neal to my right, Kenny the Jet Smith on my left, right here in the middle. I'm Ernie Johnson. And a chance now to head down to the locker room for our postgame interview.
Hey, Shaq here. Not many guys in the league are triple-double threats, but you put one up tonight, boy. Woo-wee. Is there more where that came from?
You know I'm no Westbrook. That's just how it went down, you know. We came in looking to play the right way. I thought we were in sync most of the game, but as far as more triple-doubles for me, I don't think so, man. We've got a lot more talent on this roster. Tonight was my night. But the next night will belong to someone else. You dig?
Stop being so modest.
And that's a wrap, everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening. For Shaq, for the Jet, for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again soon.
You're listening to Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex. Back in a bit for more on your Los Angeles Clippers. Time to get personal. You like to cook, Hornet?
Only thing I like to cook, Hank, is fools like you on the b-ball court, baby.
Little flambe. All right, well, what if I told you there is a subscription service that sends pre-packaged gourmet meals designed by industry-leading chefs directly to your door, and all you have to do is pop them in the microwave.
Ah, there's got to be a catch. How much does it cost?
No, that's the best part. For the first 3 months, it's absolutely free. Yeah, that's how convinced they are that you're going to love your meals.
All right, Hank, I'm sold. What's this thing called?
Food Me Now, and it's absolutely delicious. Look, I've been using it myself, and I got to tell you, this is the real deal. Go
Yo, I got next right here.
And what's up? We're back. It's game time.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Los Angeles Clippers.
Get hip or get stuck.
Bring it.
We're about to get it in. Let's go. I really need to shoot.
City of Charlotte, North Carolina is the setting for our broadcast tonight. And isn't the view magnificent?
Yeah, that's the
Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Williams. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Kawhi
Let's go.
Leonard.
Game time.
And it's the great one in at the
Let's do it.
four-man position. And for the Hornets, Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Bridges, and it's Zeller in at the 5 spot. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing
Let's
an
get it
uptick in
in.
play from some young lottery-bound teams.
Ready to go.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs.
Right.
So, good coaching staffs with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team because they're the fourth seed. Yeah, let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
Leonard, the pass to the great one.
Oh, missed
and the
that.
Hornets now going the other way. Here's Bridges. And the rejection by Harrell. Monk, the pass to Zeller. Tries again, and he sinks the layup.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Now here's Williams. He had 22 points in the win against Detroit.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
He just lost the dribble on that.
Leonard against Bridges. To the left side wing. Deflects the pass. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Rozier, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
We should have been more vigilant.
Outside Williams.
I should have been more vigilant.
Leonard on the wing. He's covered by Aminu. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Monk.
And the defender was slow reacting, didn't fully account for Kawhi's quickness. Slow played him and gets to the free throw line.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Let's go. Defense. He's gonna make this.
And so he hits both.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Rozier looking around. Monk for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly.
Now here's Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Here's Rozier. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Aminu, no one around him. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
I saw a green light there, Kevin, but he's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight. Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a few minutes with the Hornets head coach. And a lot of their focus is their strategy going up against Paul George, who is a threat from distance and at the rim. You can't take everything away, but surrendering long twos is probably the safest plan.
Thank you, David. Now here's Leonard. After the miss from Malik Monk. And Leonard gets it to go.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Now, here's Monk, defended by George. unloads from 13. The shot's good for Monk. Monk's got 5.
And you see the improvement in that mid-range game by Monk. He really wants to be a knockdown threat from all 3 levels on the floor.
Now here's Leonard. 26 points for him last game against the Pistons in Detroit.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
And stolen by Harrell. Oh, here comes Williams all alone. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Now, you can make a case that Lou Williams is at his best in that kind of situation. Dynamite in transition. Think about Montrezl Harrell and the type of energy and effort that he brought last year to this team to help solidify, I guess, most of the culture piece of what Steve Ballmer wants this franchise to be about. That's playing hard, playing with energy, and having some enthusiasm for the competition. Montrezl Harrell wraps all those things up pretty nicely in the way he plays.
Second free throw, no good.
Let's go.
And Montrezl Harrell, Brent, beloved in the locker room.
Well, he's beloved because every night when you go out on the floor with him, you know what you're going to get. A guy who is incredibly competitive, passionate, knows his role, and plays with a physical presence that he doesn't shy away from anybody that's on the floor. That's infectious.
Give it to him.
Now here's Zeller. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. And the basket by Rozier.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the Thunder.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Malik Monk.
We've seen it. We've seen Kawhi Leonard mature and improve right before our very eyes. But one area where he was already pretty good was coming in at the free throw line.
Now, here's Rozier. The game against Oklahoma City, very impressive. Yep, it counts.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
So it's the Clippers now. After the basket by Charlotte. Williams kicks to Leonard.
So far, it's a back-and-forth game.
Out to the right wing. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Shot clock at 5. Williams for 3. Another shot. Down it goes. Nice one there.
And that's where I make my money.
Well, the season still has some time to go, but right now, you have to think that Shea is the odds-on favorite to be Rookie of the Year. He's just done so much for this team all season.
I'd be hard-pressed to name another rookie that has come in and transformed their team the way that Shea has elevated this roster. Anything can happen. We know that with the awards. But right now, it's Shea's race to lose. Here's Rozier. Paul George making his last shot. Pass to Bridges. There's the pass to Zeller. Over Harrell. The rebound by the great one.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
And the shot goes in. And it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead.
We'll take that.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now, here's Rozier. He has 7.
Defense is real out here. Nothing easy. Nothing easy.
To the middle. Here's Aminu. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
That's a great look for Aminu, who has the athleticism and long arms to do damage inside.
Pass to Leonard. Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that...
Let's go. Let's see where we're at when we get back in the game. Sometimes I'm getting blown out terribly. Oh, tie game.
Now, here's Shamet, covered by Martin. Shamet, the pass to Morris. On this that time, would have put him up.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. We've got Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet is out there with Paul George. Then it's JaMychal Green, and it's the great one in at the fourth. Now, here is George. Guarded close. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers.
It's terrible.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Passes it to Zeller. Looking for Aminu. He gets it.
That's going to make some highlight reels. Explosive Aminu attacking the rim is one of the best Aminus you're going to get.
George against Martin. George passes to the great one. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Out to the right wing. Bridges, no one around him. Offline with his three.
Okay, and he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up. Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Hornets have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Pass to Monk. There's the triple. Morris.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go off to the races.
Morris has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's the great one, covered by Martin.
Oh.
It's stolen by Aminu.
Terrible pass.
Now Monk. He has 6. For 3, Bridges knocks down the 3 ball. Bridges has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Oh, I got the ball.
Shamet on the wing. Hornets with the rebound.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Oh, in the corner, it's Bridges. Now the pass to Monk. Just 5 to shoot. From deep 3-point range.
Rebound off to the
Rebounded
races.
by the great one. The great one's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the 3-pointer that has been his only one
pass,
tonight.
wasn't it?
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Got to see the guy running.
Pass to Zeller. Monk with the ball. He's defended by Harrell. Monk kicks to Aminu. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got 6 rebounds in the game. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Outside, George. In the corner, it's Morris. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The shot's good from the great one.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Charlotte trailing. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last game against the Pistons was superb on the floor. He contributed 51 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it, and he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and And that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Defense.
For three. But they get it back. Zeller passes it to Bridges. And here's Martin. 8 points for him.
Lockdown.
To the inside.
No, don't give him
the bucket coming off a perfectly placed decision. Martin's got 10. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Here's George, and it's blocked.
Damn, Paul.
Martin with it. He's got 10. That's a floater go. It's deflected.
Defense. Hello,
George
defense,
with the
my
ball.
old friend.
Now guarded by Monk. A nice shot by George.
Paul George is aggressive. Look at his eyes right now, focused on scoring, and he sees the open path and gets right there.
Martin, the pass to Monk.
Going, pimping.
Here's Zeller.
Oh!
He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City. Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming along with? It's massive. And what you're seeing over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab ratting what that team
can you
is
sell
about,
to my YouTube?
really well thought
I can
out
definitely
player
sell to your
development
YouTube.
and
My
stints
YouTube
for
is
guys in their team
streaming
rather
right
than
above.
just practicing and traveling and sitting and watching games. You're watching guys go play a game in the afternoon and then coming up to the NBA level and participating in an NBA game that night. That's going to go a long way to make guys in the early part of their career take the necessary strides in a lot quicker than they normally would.
This two-way contract has been a wonderful addition.
Except if you talk to their agents, Kevin. Yes, it's been very good for the control of an organization to find that kind of talent.
Rozier against Williams. Pass to George. Inside.
Oh!
No good from the great one.
A lot
How
of
did I miss that?
choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Rozier kicks to Aminu. Rozier against Williams. 5 to shoot. It's tipped. They recover it. Here's Washington. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Nice D from the great one. To the paint. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. But no one around him off target from three-point range.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Involved, but
and guys,
I'll
they
take
continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Rozier. Good D by Williams.
Off to the race.
Los Angeles leading by 4. Whistle
Let's
blows.
go.
Bucket is
Teamwork
good.
makes the
He'll have a
dream
chance
work.
at the line to make it a 3-point play.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The Clippers have
Yo,
shot 75%
JT.
at the stripe, 6
What
of
up?
8.
I'm good.
And the
How are
Hornets
you,
making
buddy?
A change here. Batum's checked in. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Zubats is checked in for Hero. That free throw good from Leonard. Now, here's Aminu. His last outing, he had 8 points. To the right side.
Man, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Zeller passes to Rozier.
But yeah. He balled. He had a good debut. It's what I expected from him. I've seen his highlights.
That's good. And that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
fall down.
Clippers leading by 5.
His highlights have been on the internet for
Outside
a while.
Williams.
They've been up on the internet for a while.
Here's Leonard. Here's the great one. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. The great one's got 15 points.
Well, he seems to be in the right place at the right time.
Really,
more often than anybody.
they didn't
that's
see
on
his
the court here
highlights on the
tonight. You see
internet.
that pay off.
They were leaving him wide, like he couldn't
Throws
shoot.
it up high.
That was
Oh,
crazy.
a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Finished off the break. Leonard's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
Steady strides in Kawhi Leonard being more and more comfortable as the go-to scorer for this
Young,
team.
too. He can only get better.
1:02 left in the first half of the game. Rozier kicks to Aminu. Back to Rozier. 5 on the clock. It's up a 3. They get it again. Moves back up. Shot by Zeller, no good. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Sure. And that one, good. And now it's an 11-point Clipper lead.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
Aminu with the bucket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive
Give me that.
Never stopped working. One of
Little
those
fella,
games where just
the new
everybody
ball
was making shots, continual flow, and a
I'm
very
an old guy. I
professional
remember when
win.
that guy used to hoop.
Rozier up top.
Bobo,
He's got 9.
I knew he was going to be able to do something.
Lets it go with a 3. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And now let's catch up with David All.
Kevin, thanks so
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K
He goes
Sports.
after it. You know what I'm saying? He goes after shot. He's an active shot blocker, so that's always great to have. He's got a good touch on the floor.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with
can't
very
leave them
different
open.
goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Cody Zeller. And it's Bridges in at the small forward. So that's the Hornets 5.
And you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you really got to think about it.
Bounce pass from Williams. Outside, George. The 3. It's good from long range. George has got 11 points.
I like how Paul George right now is reading the defense like a Sunday paper, has a good feel as to when to fire from distance.
There's the pass to Zeller. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Williams with the ball. Bridges covering. The great one passes to George. High post try. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Williams against Rozier. Back to
Defense
Bridges.
is everything. Not giving him
Now
many
Monk.
options.
He's got 8. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. The great one's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards.
Draw the foul and score the bucket.
Full head of steam.
They weren't ready.
Completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Knocked down this free throw. Go, it's money.
Hornets trail by 15.
They need a bucket in a big way here. to regain some confidence.
Here's Rozier.
Off to the
Time for
races.
Hill.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Great pass,
Here's the great
Kawhi.
one. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Let's
Leonard's got assist number 5 here
go.
tonight.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Bridges against Leonard. Pass to Zeller. 5 to shoot. 1 for 3. And again, the Hornets missing.
Team starts the second half missing 4
In the
or
lane,
5 shots.
offensive
When
board.
does the
Oh,
coach
okay, good
possibly call a
Good
timeout
shit. Okay.
and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And the Hornets
Ready.
call time here.
I was
And
definitely
coach
ready.
can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Biombo, he's checked in for Zeller. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Biombo kicks to Rozier. And here's Biombo. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Monk dishes to Bridges. That's a 2 from Rozier. And the Hornets miss again.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this
Lost
end
track of time.
and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Yeah, I got
And it's
two
still a
sources
rare
playing
sight
in
to
my
see
ear.
rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Heard
Well,
the
this
clock-
kind of
clock
effort
going
will
down.
energize
It
the
was
team and
last
get you
play.
going, just gobbling up every board.
Pass to Biombo.
I really can't see the scoreboard. I got
Kicks it to Monk.
get more adjusting to do.
Out left to the wing. Charlotte moving it around. That's a 2 from Rozier. Charlotte no good that time either.
Yeah, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Hero on the foul. And the Clippers
Yeah,
lead
make
by
him take a
21.
timeout, baby.
Yeah, they've shown
Be right back.
effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And the Hornets call time here.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Martin's checked in for the Hornets. And then for Los Angeles, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for the Great One. And Murray's subbed in for Lou Williams. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the team. Harrell is also
Sub me in, coach. I'm ready to
Changes in
go.
for the Hornets. Zeller, he's checked in for Biombo. Washington comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum in for Monk. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell.
I'm a
The
finish.
Great One comes
That's what
in
I
for
do.
Patrick Patterson. Marcus Morris is checked in for Leonard. And it's Williams in for Murray. Rozier kicks to Zeller.
Defense. Oh, sit
Here's
down.
Rozier. 11 points in the game.
Gotta stay between your men and the
Fires the three.
basket.
It's hauled in by Zubac.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. And even without that three-ball dropping for them, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Back to Batum.
Right, you don't want any of this smoke.
Zeller inside. He's against Morris. And it's Rozier missing.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Unwilling to let up.
All right, PG-13, I'll let you get that.
That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons
Here we
without
go,
a playoff
off to the
appearance
races.
and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. That's tipped, but they'll get another chance. Zeller passes to Washington. Second shot opportunity, and it's good. 2 points. Washington's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
George looking around. And the pass to the great one.
Oh, great pass.
2 free throws coming up, and they
Wow.
call the shooting foul. And a chance here to check out the league scoring leader. You look at the great one, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
And the Hornets making a change here. Aminu's checked in. Both free throws good from the great one. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. Zeller up top. We've got 1:08 left here in the third quarter. Back to Batum. Shot clock at 3. Good work defensively by Morris.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Over Zeller. Batum trying to break loose. The 10-footer finds the target. Morris has got his first basket of the night. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Aminu.
Defense.
Back to Rozier.
Defense.
Drills with 3-pointer. Rozier's got 14 points.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Down low. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third.
Stop shooting that.
The great one.
Go to the hook. That's your shot.
From deep. And it's Rozier missing. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And we'll be right back after this.
We'll take this little puny, less than 20 lead we have.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Hornets trail by 16, and on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. Ivica Zubac is out there with the great one. Then it's Williams.
Man, so close.
And it's Paul George. And it's Morris at the small forward.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Outside, George. Zubac finds George. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Lays it up and banks it in.
Oh, yeah.
George
I see
has got
everything.
19 points.
And Matador defense That's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping.
Everything? Everything.
Rozier against Williams, the 10-footer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Sinks the triple.
Yeah, Paul George showing his offensive confidence right there, just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hand.
Jeez, Google. You suck.
Rozier against Williams.
How would you even cut on
That one doesn't drop. The Clippers go the other way with it. And George kicks to Morris.
You shouldn't have.
Pass to the great one. Back to Morris from downtown.
Give me that.
Kept alive. There's the great
And one.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
It was all a plan.
Excellent play. Just adding fuel to the fire and really trying to put this one out of reach.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game.
Free throw.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Gravy.
Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter.
Oh, shit.
Batum for 3. The rebound by the great one. Los Angeles leading by 22.
Oh, a little quick on the finger.
Here's the tip drop. Here's another rebound.
That's okay.
He holds in his
Second
20th
chance
rebound.
basket.
Dominating
That's
the
what
glass.
we do.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Rozier, the pass.
Got out of there.
And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll host the Miami Heat. And then on Wednesday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic.
I really wish I would
For
have
that game against the Hawks,
that would have been
there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. Passes it to George. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And again, the Hornets missing.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Outside, George. And it's Leonard, top of the key. Fires for 3. Count it.
Easy money.
He's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Just got to keep your eyes open.
There.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Hornets.
As in life, it's not all about you. You have to look out for your teammates.
Great D that time from Harrell. Now the
Just
Clippers with it.
stare at yourself.
They're on a 13-1 run.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And the Hornets shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently.
Actually, in life, you should be staring at yourself.
And Zeller kicks to Rozier. No good on the triple.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
Not enough
Charlotte has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Batum passes to Rozier. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament. with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point.
A little self-editing. Oh!
And that one drops for him. He's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And I like the subtle adjustment he made to create a little space for that one.
Yeah, that's an awesome finish there for sure. Not allowing that big guy to have his way or alter the shot.
Harrell, the pass to the great one. Shot clock at 5. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists tonight. Rozier, the pass to Zeller. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was.
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing? And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Be unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. And the Hornets making a change here. Biombo's checked in.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
Biombo, some solid defense from the great one.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Wandu passes to Biombo. And it's in there.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Here's the great one. Shoots from the right block. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
I got to
move
a
huge
two.
role in this game to this point.
One or
but
two
it looks
moves.
like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Here's a Wandu. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior, or you're a college player, and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets.
Myself.
He kicks it to Martin. Pass to Bacon. Over Murray.
Defense, let's
Green
go.
with the rebound.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot off. Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Pass to Bacon. Count it.
It would take some very special defense to stop him once he gets that close to the bucket, and they weren't special that time.
Passes to the great one. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract, and that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
13 feet away. Rebound by Murray. Murray's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now, here's George. D right on him. Shamet on the wing. Inside. Terrific assist. A nice finish.
This guy's
solid
playing
play
really
all
solid
around.
defense on me for this
Yeah, Paul
last 2
George
minutes.
anticipating contact, preparing for
He's
it.
really
Just
been
how
playing
smooth
solid
the finish was that,
defense
Kevin?
the last 2 minutes.
Wandu passes to McDaniels. Here's Bacon, defended by George. Here's Bacon for Murray.
And we're off.
They get it
No,
back.
sir.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, it's almost like he's got a magnet on that ball here tonight. He's in the right spot all the time.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it's pretty incredible when you look at the body of work this year, guys. I mean, when they hit 70 wins, we were astounded. And then now, the wins continuing to pile up in what's been truly a remarkable and special season.
A 2-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for the great one.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Wandu kicks to McDaniels. And there's the pass to Bacon. Here's Biombo. That one, no good. Murray outside. Here's the great one. Good, that's another bucket. That
Good, that's another
51.
bucket. That gives him 51.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
All right, another great win.
I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.
Thank you.
Hey, man, this is Kenny, man. I thought your coach did a great job on the offensive end to get you open. Getting you into a rhythm was important. What was he telling you before the game?
You know, Kenny, he was just telling me to stay patient, man. Work within the system. We do a good job of creating space to give scorers like myself room to operate. That spacing also allows us to control the matchups, forces the defense to make difficult decisions and adjustments. It's all about the spacing, man, spacing.
Yep, and we're going to give you some space, man. Go get your shower, man.
Will do. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate y'all, man. What's up, bro? You played good today, man. Real talk.
Let's go.
Devastating news for Anthony Davis as we learn that he's going to be out for quite a bit of time with his latest injury.
Devastating. Might be laying it on a bit thick there, Hank.
What are you kidding with his injury history? I'm sorry, but this is a big deal. You got to wonder at some point if he's one of these big men who's going to have his career cut short by injuries. The league is littered with these guys.
There we go.
There's Yao Ming, there's Bill Walton, there's Greg Oden, Sam Bowie, the list goes on and on.
That's overrated. It happens to everyone, not just centers.
Okay, perfect. I'm not saying I want this to happen, but I am worried. That's all. What do you guys think? How serious is this injury in light of the Browns' injury history? We'll be taking your calls after this quick break.
Break a leg, Jay. I'll be here.
You.
The beaches of Santa Monica and Venice, not too far from our setting today. The Staples Center in Los Angeles. Eric Jansen, we'll take a look at some numbers for him.
And it's a nice month he's having. Something's got him motivated. He's become a much bigger contributor offensively. He's settled into the kind of groove that every player wants to get in.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Sabonis and Turner up front. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. And it's Warren in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with the great one. Then there's Harrell. Then it's Paul George. And it's Williams at the 5. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
Yeah, it's so fun for us as the fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future. What these teams, what these individual players do. Williams against Brogdon. Pass to Sabonis. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And for the Western Conference,
and the defense
he had a
was
chance
on
now
point.
to recognize
He didn't have a
player of the
chance.
week, the great one.
And when you have a big man carrying as much of the load as he has, it just makes things so easy for the rest of your team. Completely deserving of the award.
Here's Williams. The great one passes to Harrell. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
Pass to Brogdon. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Nate McMillan.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, he went into some detail about the team they're playing tonight and what they have to do to slow down their offense. Defensively, they want to challenge at the rim, but stay connected to the shooters. It's tough to do both, of course, but he said, we're built for this.
We can score against
DA,
their
thanks
defense.
for that update, guys.
And they
what
score
can
against
they
ours.
do to prevent a barrage of points to start this game?
I think one thing they have to do is stay connected to shooters. Obviously, though, easier said than done.
Right, you don't want to give up easy looks, especially at the rim and from the three-point line.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
You have got to be a low-mistake team in today's NBA because once those turnovers start piling up, you're giving your opponent too many extra looks.
Warren against Leonard. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
The great one passes to Leonard.
Assist.
Kawhi Leonard's length and shot-making ability on the interior is problematic for the defense.
Let's go.
Ogden against Williams. The pass to Sabonis. He kicks it to Oladipo. Back to Sabonis. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Brogdon. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And there it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
Williams passes to Harrell. It's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sabonis. Now, as we come down the stretch this season, he's the big man having the most success on the floor since the All-Star break. You look at the great one, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
He is an unyielding presence in the low post. I mean, he gets so many good looks because he works so hard to get that great position down low. And when he does, boy, he is impossible to move.
Well, really nice job using his length on the defensive end. Domantas Sabonis trying to impede the shooter.
Pass to Warren.
The defense is
Right
real
side
out
Turner.
in these LA streets.
He dishes it to Oladipo. Brogdon kicks to Warren. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And it's a tie ball game.
Well, T.J. Warren, the catch-and-shoot jumper is pure.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. Got a hefty deal from Indiana.
That's a great one.
Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
Indiana's
Gotta
gone
have
2-2
moves in
from
your bag.
three-point range here in the first quarter. Kicks it to Turner.
Gotta have something to pull out.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. Brogdon left side. Doesn't go that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and
Oh my
shooting the lights
goodness,
out.
man, we
Nothing like
let
silence in the
Oladipo
crowd.
stop us.
George against Oladipo. Unloads from 13. And that one hits back iron. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
Good shot.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Oladipo
Joe, see
against
that
George.
defense?
Down to 5
See
in the
that
shot
switch
clock.
and that switch back?
Here's Brogdon. Offensive
Ah,
rebound.
man.
Shoot again.
Let's go.
And the call
Damn.
on the shot that sends him to the line.
Y'all see that?
Domantas
We not
Sabonis,
boxing
the son
out
of a legend, to
and
me,
allowing that
guys, he has
rebound.
everything he needs
Man,
to
we
be
gotta
an
be
effective
better than
player
that.
for years to come in the NBA.
gotta be
Size,
better than that.
length, feel, there's a lot to like.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
I've got to be better than that.
No good on the free throw. And doors for the Pacers with Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis.
Rebound, let's
Two
go.
talented young big man. Does that make it a log jam at that center position?
I don't think on the offensive end there's a problem. Both can space the floor with their shooting. Sabonis is an exceptional passer. I think the challenge is on the defensive end. And the reason being, both are exceptional defending close to the cup.
Turner finds Brogdon. Off the run, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul against the Clippers. Here, these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the helper. Help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
Outside Warren. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Oladipo for 3. He gets hauled in by Los Angeles. A shot by George. Wide open. The offensive
PG, you
rebound.
got to knock
And
that
it's gonna
down,
be the
Pimpin'.
Clippers will retain possession.
Man.
As we close in on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the East is stacking up. You look at Indiana. They would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push.
Yeah,
Good
and seeing where the
finish.
Pacers are, they're one of those
Easy
teams
money.
that hasn't quite figured it out. this year.
That's why we get the big bucks.
A lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for them, Greg. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
George against Oladipo. Turner passes to Oladipo. Over George. Indiana again missing.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
It's good. And now it's an 11-point Los Angeles lead.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for Leonard. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Lou Williams. Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Shamet. Holiday surveying the floor. Alley pass into the layup.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. George passes to the Great One. That ball, nice speed that time from George. The Great One's got his second bucket.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And Lamb kicks to Pirtle. Now here's Lamb. Really had troubles in the loss to Sacramento. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lamb's got his second bucket of the night.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Now, here's Shamet. Tight defense on him. Shoots a fader. Here's Zubac. In a moment now, we'll look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Williams.
And maybe it's shocking.
Not about to shoot what I want.
Too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of.
Then you missed it.
To be the case. And something that's troubled Indiana the last 3 years, rebounding.
I think, Greg, it's probably manifested at both ends of the floor, right? Some of it's about roster construction, some of it's about style of play, some of it's about philosophy. But their inability to control the glass has at times had an impact on them.
Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Shamet. McConnell passes to Leaf. 6 to shoot. And Holiday kicks to Lamb. A three-pointer is right on target.
Man,
Lamb's got 7
that was
points.
kind of...
That's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
To the middle. Here's the Great One. The Great One is stuffed right through.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively, because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
McConnell passes to Leaf. Dish now to Lamb. Over Morris.
Yeah, turnover city.
Well, we have a moment here. Let's see which teams have scored the most second chance points since the All-Star break. The Clippers in second.
Not many will go after it on the offensive boards the way they do. I mean, and particularly since the break, they have really made teams pay on the inside.
Here's the Great One, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
Has to Leaf.
Stick up.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter.
Switch.
McConnell scanning the floor.
Got him.
And it's blocked. And there's the shot clock violation.
Got him.
Clippers leading by 11. George with the ball. A 29-point game for him.
Got him!
Here's the alley-oop through.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, Greg, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Holiday, the pass to Lamb.
Defense.
Pass to Leaf. Outside Holiday.
No, sir.
Indiana again missing.
And already they've taken a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Put it up on him.
Oh, he blocked it.
No, sir.
Off the backboard.
The disrespect.
It back. Here's McConnell. It's the three-point
boo.
And when Pearl sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
George passes to the great one. Back to George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows.
Yeah, I should have threw the oop. That's what that was telling me.
That one on
George was telling me.
And hard to believe that gruesome injury Paul George
threw it up to him.
5 years ago. Wow.
It's incredible, Kevin, to think for a player to come back from what we expected to be a devastating injury. This is an incredible story for Paul George. He took the time he needed, and consider last year, for much of the season, he was very much involved in that MVP conversation.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Now, here's McConnell. Defense is right there. The pass to Lamb. The Clippers grab the miss. The Great Ones got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And George with the stun.
And what a way to start this game.
Love to get paid.
At both ends of the floor.
And give them credit, Greg, for approaching this game
And
with the right
into the first quarter, we are dominating the way we're supposed to.
Paul George, he's been the
and
guy
everything's
making
right in the
things happen
world.
for Los
Nothing to
Angeles.
complain
He
about.
comes
We're
away
feeling
with
good
11
about
points in the quarter
ourselves.
and is showing no signs of fatigue. We've got more in store for you right after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine, so.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
Get it out of here.
If you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
The offense firing on all cylinders.
Defense.
They dominated that first period.
That's exactly the start you want. You take complete command. Now you've got to maintain that focus.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And the Clippers looking at who they've got. They've got Paul George. Patrick Patterson is out there with the great one. And it's Marcus Morris. And it's Shannon in at the point. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The great one in that last game against the Hornets was tremendous. He contributed 51 points, and as he always seems to do, piled up rebound after rebound. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see that he's got
defense. These Clippers are no
It's going to be
joke.
interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
And I'm on the
Felicia's checked in for the Clippers. Murray comes in for George.
Stuck on the pond.
Now, here's Shamet. He's tightly guarded. In the corner, it's Felicia. Morris kicks to Shamet. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Shamet's got his first 2 points of the night.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's Holiday. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Shamet. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The shot misses. Pacers trail by 15. And here's McConnell. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Leaf, covered by Morris. They get the rebound. And another shot. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got his first points in this one.
Well, Kev, this team loves it when Pirtle can make an impact on the offensive glass. There's a lot of ways he can get his points, but this is an easy one.
Felicio kicks.
Hey, what's going on, the gamer?
And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
You know, there's a mangua by the name of that.
Called the Pacers.
You should read it. It's
amazing. You were the first female to become a full-time NBA
what's going on, the gamer?
Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career and what you chose?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you
juggernauts.
No one prepares more. No one works harder.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, it's like,
and it's the Pacers with the ball. 17-point game.
I've been playing 2K for
outside Warren.
As long as the game's been out. I'm talking Allen Iverson on the cover.
Passes it to
every
Sabonis.
Year, you know. And
just 5 to shoot.
Yeah, dude. This is like
the pass to
the
Turner.
best team
and here's Warren
in this
for 3.
Type of game
It's held in by Zubac.
I've ever
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the world has been totally.
We're like undefeated so far, dude. This is like the 76th game of the season, and I'm undefeated. I've never had an undefeated team.
Zubac. Turner covering. Zubac the best to George.
Like even when I create teams and just
no good that time.
Simulate seasons, I don't ever remember having an undefeated season. That's why I'm tripping out with these
outside.
guys.
Pass to Sabonis. Here's Brogdon.
I play power forward.
To end the cold streak, and the rejection by Zubac. And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles.
This is my Xbox account. On my PlayStation account, I have a last inning lockout like this one, except he's a center.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
This guy's kind of short, so they play him as power forward.
In the pass to Oladipo.
Or undersized center. I have a legitimate 7-footer
Sabonis kicks to
on my
Warren.
PlayStation account.
Fires the 3. Rebounded by the great one.
Not a lot falling from him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if he can get an easy opportunity.
We're going to have an early triple-double.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Turn on the game a bit. The game's kind of drowning me out. Yeah. I thought so.
Oladipo against George. Pass to Brogdon.
All right, that should be a little bit. Is it a little lower?
To Sabonis.
Is it a little easier to hear me?
Great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 4 assists in the game. Williams against Brogdon. Williams passes to the great one.
Man, I didn't mean to call for that pass. I meant to set a picture.
Williams scanning the floor. Here's the great one.
All he could do was foul me in that situation.
It's going to go on Sabonis. The Clippers have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all
Gamer,
season.
you have a center. What kind of center do you have, Gamer? Are you like a defensive guy, an offensive guy? Did you make him a low post offensive guy or a shooter? What is he? Is he a shooter?
And the first one drops for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Williams. Both free throws good from the great
Stretch
line.
5.
1:33 left in the first half. Holiday goes in. And it's sent back.
It's guys like you where I have clamps on.
From Paul George on that rejection twice on the
Because I know you're going to be out there at the perimeter.
Such a beautiful pass to set that one.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
Got to be out there in the perimeter trying to catch somebody slipping.
Now, here's McConnell. He's covered by Shamet. A shot by McConnell, no good.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling.
Oh, my goodness.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, I went so heavy on my defense that,
Now, here's Lamb. He's guarded closely.
I don't score down low as well as I should.
Now, McConnell.
As well as I would want to.
It's hauled in by the Clippers. The Great Ones got rebound number 15 here tonight. And stolen by McConnell. A floater, and the layup is up and in. McConnell's got 5 points so far.
Really off on his shooting. Just 20% this period. Looks like he's getting a bit frustrated.
Here's George. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
What squad do you play for?
With 1 on the clock, and the last shot of the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Clippers ahead, delivering the blowout. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in down.
Okay, for the Lakers, so you have Davis at the power forward in your starting 5. Oh, man, that's OP as...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive.
That's
and it probably has to happen quickly. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
With my center, I put him on.
Put up points every time.
I put him on Houston.
Boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
On the court for Indiana. Brogdon and Oladipo, the backcourt duo.
You know, those guys don't guard anybody.
And it's Warren in at the
everybody's always driving to the rack on them. So I get a lot of block opportunities.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Kawhi Leonard. He's around 18 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists.
I know, right? You got it easy.
Short of fantastic.
You got LeBron, you got Anthony Davis at the 4.
Very easily.
That's kind of ridiculous.
And so much of it, to me, is his ability to read the floor, make the right decision, and then go right after the action he wants.
And it's Warren with
I'll
the
admit,
ball
I do have a hard time scoring because Westbrook and Harden are not about passing that ball. Not when they get a shot.
Last season, he took a huge step forward by adding
defensively, I get plenty of chances for blocks and steals because they're not guarding anyone.
That's a great one. It's his 9th against 12 attempts. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play.
Okay, you're at 81.
And the way Warren improved his three-point shooting last year, Doris, was incredible.
No doubt, Kevin.
But
this
you
is
start
a guy
for the
who went
Lakers.
from below 25% the year before from
You should be
distance to
starting.
making over 40% of
Especially
his
if you're
range
big, if you're
shots.
that big.
He did
You
all
got
this
Davis
while
coming off
coming
the
close
bench.
to tripling his three-point
You must be, what,
attempts.
7'3"?
What an
Close
improvement.
to max height.
The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good. Sabonis. And Sabonis drops them both.
3-7-2, something like
And
that.
you look
That's
at
my
per
guess.
minute production, and you can make a strong case
Oh,
that
got
Domantas Sabonis at
Ah,
times has
man.
been underutilized. With consistent minutes, he can give you an
Let's
efficient
go.
20
Rebound.
every night.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Now here's Williams. 7 points in the game. To the inside. The great run. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Easy basketball.
Not the prototype power
You're 7
forward,
feet, so you're 7
but
feet
he
like me.
has tremendous
Clearly, you're
athletic
heavier than
ability.
my character.
And Sabonis having to spend some time at the power forward spot in
I
today's
usually
game,
make-
Greg.
I
He's
usually
pretty
make-
big for that position.
Now, I mean, 6'11", 240. He's got leaner.
I like
done some
making
yoga work on
thin
strengthening
characters
those
because
hips.
they're usually
Looking to
quick.
stay mobile. And that'll
They're
serve
usually
him
pretty
with
fast.
That's a great one.
Get them off. Get them out in the break.
Snuffing off the baseline and then the sensational reverse.
How
Speed
pretty was that?
kills.
Athletic basketball with a little bit of flair mixed in.
If I'm with teammates who keep their head up and who are good passers, yeah, we pretty much
Right side Turner.
killed
Some
during
nice passing
transition.
here by Indiana. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell.
Have I got
That's
player of the
foul
month
number
in this
2 for
game?
him.
Yeah, I've got builds where I've won the Audio Awards.
Oladipo outside.
Yeah.
Shot clock at 6. Looking to get back on track here. They get it back. There's Sabonis. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
Team takeover. Let's go. All 5. Lockdown.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on
Go.
the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Let's go.
They're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it
All
done on
5
both ends.
lockdown.
Terrific focus
Let's
on
go.
offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Defense.
Brogdon kicks to Warren.
Nope, Kawhi got it. No need to switch. No need to switch. No need to switch. We
Back
out
to
here.
Brogdon.
Oh!
Open look here for Oladipo.
Damn.
And a
Close.
great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 5 assists tonight. Brogdon against Williams. Pass to Harrell. Williams against Brogdon. 5 to shoot. Step back shot. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Ah, that was
Well,
bad
when
off.
you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
Right, what was he trying?
The rejection by Harrell. Here's Leonard. Connects on the open J.
Wow, that was
Leonard's
ugly.
got 22
But we'll take it.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Oh, yeah, you have to be willing to pass the ball, man, when they start double teaming you, man.
Down low.
There's really no trick around that. Once you get double teamed, it's pretty much
6
time to
points
let it
for
go.
Sabonis.
It's time to let it
You
go.
get a real sense that Victor Oladipo loves sharing the wealth. What a nice look.
Williams gets to Harrell. Nails it from the
That
high
was
post.
easy.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
And Brogdon has got the ball here for Indiana. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game, and the next game it'll be played in Los Angeles. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Turner trying to free himself up.
Well, the length of Kawhi Leonard twice on the pipes with that 7'3" wingspan.
Get that
The
rebound.
shot, no good. So Indiana will take it the other way. Here's Brogdon.
No, sir.
Hand hit from in
We play D out
close.
here.
He's lost it
Play D out in
in
this
this
part.
quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Warren against Leonard. Shoots over Warren.
Oh,
And it's
why
Leonard
you
missing.
knocked that down?
Indiana's
That's a
gone
shot.
1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third.
Yep, let's
Knocked
go.
away.
Stick him up. Let's go. Off to the races.
The great one passes to George. And that one is good.
Easy money.
George has
Let's
got
go.
15 points.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
Indiana's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Timeout called the Pacers. Of course, you and I were just talking about this as more and more players are going
I know.
public with
Yeah,
their trade requests.
I
Do you
love
think
turning
that's
up
had a negative impact
the player
on the game?
volume
Well, Kevin, I certainly
and
think
turn
it
the
makes
all
long-term
the
planning
other
for
sound
NBA
down.
franchises a lot more
It's
difficult
crazy what
because
they've got
contractually we are
recorded
not
and what you
seeing
hear guys saying on
them
the sidelines and on
hold
the
true to
court.
a particular
Oh man,
organization
it's
they may have
great,
signed that
dude.
contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. The Clippers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. To the middle, here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, you take all doubt out of the equation. Patterson throws it down with force.
Here's McConnell. He's got 5. Here's Lamb.
That
It's
was
good.
weak. That was really
basket.
weak.
He's now 5 for
I should have
9.
been able to get
Just a
somebody
positive
switched over
force
to him.
right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Inside, Patterson.
Oh.
Pirtle sends it back.
Active defense from Jakob Poeltl, that's the key. When he stays active and alert, blocks are
ugly
going to
offense.
be there for him.
And Lamb kicks to Holiday.
But the defense,
Yeah,
man, the
Well,
defense.
he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Here's George. Bank shot.
Oh,
No good.
man, that's
Indiana's
terrible.
gone 7
Yeah,
of
my
15
offense
from
is
three-point
shaky.
range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot.
Too much muscle memory of other shit.
And now the Clippers on the break. Here's the great one. Here's Patterson. And a good offensive board.
All right,
He
we'll
gets the
take
bucket.
that.
Patterson's got his second basket.
Well, you have to get something out of that possession, and thanks to Patterson's work on the glass.
It takes
heads
a
up plays
lot of
for that.
concentration. I've
Now,
basically
here's
got 5
McConnell.
builds, so
Discovered by
I'm used to
Shannon.
playing like the different positions.
Lee
But
passes to Holiday.
sometimes when I'm
Just
playing,
5 on
I
the
just
clock.
naturally focus on one player, like
Over
that.
George.
Pretty much what most people do.
Second shot opportunity.
It takes the
Here's
concentrate. It takes the concentration.
And
man. It takes
foul on the
concentration.
shot,
It takes
so
focus.
he'll get a chance at the
It takes
line.
for you to tell yourself, all right,
Was
controlling
dealing
all
with the
5.
NBA's
I got all
physical play
5.
That was
you know.
Poeltl's biggest challenge.
You have to
when he
repeat
came
it to
into the
yourself
league,
as
but
you're
he
doing
knows
it.
how to use
That's
his
what I
body
do.
now to get these calls.
The Pacers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Because
That
I'll
one is
go
off.
through and
back in his
I'll
day,
like just get
as
into the
coach
game
of the
and
Blazers,
zone out
players
and
called Nate
get into
McMillan
like muscle
Sarge
memory
for
and
his-
what I'm used to doing and end up getting a couple turnovers.
Here's Brogdon.
Take over. Okay, when you first make your player
Williams is
take
out
over,
there with Paul George. Then there's
you
the
get to
great
choose
one.
what your takeover
there's
does
Hill.
then.
And it's Morris in for 3. The small
Oh, the
forward.
takeovers are a
Jackson's
little
out there
different.
for
Are
the
different. They're based on the symbol underneath you.
Brogdon finds Lamb. Now here is
But
Purdy,
once you get it,
covered by
you get
Morris.
that effect. Once you build it up,
Warren,
you get that
that's for
effect.
2. And the foul on Miles Turner.
And
That is his first
like
foul of the game.
my guy
Well, I love
has
that T.J. Warren is staying aggressive
has
on
like
the
a
offensive
defensive
end.
block,
Be in
like a
attack
defensive
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Marcus Morris.
takeover.
And Indiana with the change
So
here, too.
when I get
Sabonis is
takeover
checked in.
and it's flowing
Clippers
like that,
leading by
my
21.
defensive stats increase. You know, slashers
Outside
have their
Williams.
own.
Now the pass to the
Shooters
great
have their own. It's it's
Your
like
if you and I
catch
are
and shoot
faced
one
with
for
the voting
shooters
for the
or
MVP,
spot up and
great
shoot one for
stats
shooters.
versus winning. Where do you stand on that when you vote for the league
there's
MVP.
playmaking one for ball
Winning could be
handlers.
the definitive line
Yeah,
if I
there's
have
different
two
takeovers
candidates
for
who are
different
close. For
players in
instance, for
position.
me, this last MVP came down to James Harden and Giannis
When you made your build, you
and I
probably
took it
had
to
the
last
option
possible
between
moment. And I could have gone in either direction and been
rebounding
comfortable.
and defensive.
Ultimately, I went with Giannis, and the deciding factor came down to he led his team to the best record in the league. It was a difficult vote, but ultimately it's one category which helps tilt me in one direction or another.
And I did too. And what also helped me was just the improvement defensively they had made. And I know Antetokounmpo was a very big part of it.
No, it's a great point. He was a two-way force.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, Kevin, you love the determination,
They were
right?
playing us
Miles
pretty
Turner
good.
effectively getting to the window and getting another opportunity.
To the paint. 6 feet out.
Yeah, I know. That's why I have it on
And
PlayStation.
it's now 26 points for the
Yep, that's why I have it.
And this is what we've come to expect from
Yes,
this
that's
guy,
what
right?
why my
Not only
fifth
making
build
a
is on the
ton of
PlayStation.
shots, but being efficient while doing so.
It's free on PlayStation Plus, and I jumped on it, and yeah.
Passes it to Sabonis.
That's why I have a fifth build on the PlayStation.
Dishes at the lamp.
If you go, well, my live streams don't save on my page. I have to figure out why that is. But if you go to my Facebook, which you should be able to see up there, if you go to my Facebook, nope, it wouldn't be on my
chance here to make it a three-point play. So Leonard will go to the free throw line.
I think I played a game of it on YouTube. So if you go up there, go to my YouTube channel, which is right there above me, and
Well, consider, Kevin, that
it
hand
should be
is
up there.
over 11 inches from thumb to pinky. That's 52% wider than the normal hand. Basically, his hands correspond to a person
There should be a video
who
of
would
it.
be almost 9 feet
my
tall.
fifth build.
Incredible.
Here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive number one pick, he's going number one regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would
Why you
make.
gotta
So
knock
it's
that
an
down,
interesting
man?
supposition.
Oh, damn, when did I get a triple-double? I didn't even
It's
notice.
starting to look like a repeat of last night, guys. He's battling really hard out there.
Oh, he sure is. I mean, these past 2 games, his energy level has been sensational. Whether it's a putback like that or other hustle plays, he's been everywhere.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Boy, to have someone
That's
back
easy
there
money
who
right
can
there.
erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
They've been looking out a single.
I wouldn't say that I'm really good.
Their offense
I
has
play this
to
a
a
lot.
standstill.
Oh no!
And he converts the layup.
Ooh,
This
he
guy's a
killed.
skilled interior scorer. There's height, there's great shot selection. So
My little
Sabonis
brother's
doing
really
work
good.
right now.
Clippers leading by 23.
I think
To
I'm
the middle.
decent.
Here's George.
Yeah, I'm only playing it on
Good.
pro.
Three-point play chance here for him.
I'm just trying
Every time
to
they
hurry up and grind them
scored
up,
during this
get them up to
run,
99.
It's come from inside the paint.
And the Clippers making a switch here.
Just trying to get them up to
Alicios
99.
checked in.
My little brother's
Paul George.
really good at
To
this.
think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
He plays it on the Hall of Fame.
Ball's not loose.
Did I get a steal for that?
And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Shots good by Williams.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, Greg, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
It's Oladipo on the wing. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
That's
Boy, how
trash.
much more confidence does Victor Oladipo have in that jumper? He is cooking.
The great one passes to Williams. From deep. Pacers
How would he
with the
shoot that?
rebound.
That made
One
no
made
sense.
three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Holiday dishes to Oladipo. lot of people look at
I
that
really
general
wanna get back to
manager position
Oladipo.
with the
I'm trying to
team.
play
I think
denial
it grows
defense.
with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others.
Not allow him to
But
be an
by and
optionless
large,
play.
it is more stable than coaching, isn't it?
And it didn't
The
matter.
position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if
Terrible.
you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the
Damn, I
NBA
tried
is
to get out
contingent on so
faster.
many
I
things.
looked down at the
What's your
message.
ownership like? What kind of front office personnel have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning.
Yeah, I do a lot of cutting off ball when the
And
lane
here's
does
Brogdon.
open up.
Pass to Sabonis.
Yeah, I'm just really playing the game right now. Just pretty much letting the offense run itself.
Outside Warren. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
I've got all the badges maxed out, so there's nothing in particular that I need to do. So I'm just playing the game.
On
I'm
Thursday,
just
they'll head
running
out
the
on
play.
the road to face the Kings in Sacramento.
I just
And
have to
then
get
on
the
Saturday,
highest team
they'll be
rate grade I
facing
can
Steven
possibly
Adams
get.
and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Get as many
And that one against
points
the
for the
Bulls,
game as I can.
That's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night.
You don't always get that for scoring. You get a lot for
much of an advantage over that team.
Getting assists and whatnot.
The pass to the great one.
That play is always like
Using the rim to get some true hangs out.
He just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
If you get parallel to him when you're running down the court, you might as well keep going to the rim.
Williams against Oladipo. Back to Turner.
Especially if he's still facing up court. If he hasn't turned his body and he's,
Pull from the top of the key.
literally perpendicular to you as you're running down,
And the
you might as
Clippers
well
will
keep
go
going
the
to the
other way
rim.
with it.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is
I got
fighting
it.
from behind.
Oh,
He's
he's the
got to
rim
stay
defender.
with it.
Oh, he missed that.
Still a rare sight to see rebound.
Man, see, he missed the reverse. That should have been easy.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Good D. Great
Another
contested
shot. And Sabonis lays it up and in. Sabonis has got 6 in the quarter.
I'll tell you, tough first half puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
Weight room opens up
George
at 5
against
a.m.
Oladipo. George passes to the great
Oh,
one.
yeah, got him off balance. Easy leg.
That's a great one. By George. 30 points for the great one.
Highest, you guys
All night,
61,
he has made an
63.
impact at the offensive end. Now
With your
he's
center,
trying to shut the door.
I think probably
Pass to Oladipo.
a 50-point game, maybe a 60-point game.
Doris,
With this
basketball
character,
continues to
with
gain
my center, I
popularity
think
around the world, doesn't it?
30,
It's
40
amazing
points
to
is
me.
as
It
high
does.
as.
Adam Silver, the commissioner,
Now,
has
with
said,
my
I believe
shooter,
we can be the
yeah, I've
number
broken
one
100.
spot in the world. Obviously, they have to do
With my shooting guard, yeah, I've hit over 100.
and how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans
I think I've
across
broken 100
gender,
on live
race,
stream with my
ethnicity,
shooter.
religious affiliation. The best
With
part
my
about
shooting
the game of
guard, I
basketball
think
is
I've broken
this,
100 on the
when
live
you're growing up and
live
trying to get
stream.
better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is
Yeah,
so
when I was
well
running with that build, I was putting
Montrezl
up
Harrell, he's
numbers.
checked in for Los Angeles.
How about Kawhi Leonard? How many
I was
guys in
firing
the
up
history of their
every
career
possession.
can say, I was an NBA Finals MVP at 22 and then an NBA Finals MVP at 27? Simply incredible.
But the effort's been there for him, just not getting the results.
And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got 12 points in just the second half.
Well, an all-star willing to do all kinds of dirty work on the offensive end. Kawhi,
You see, Kawhi has
mixing
the
it
lock
up.
underneath his
Locked in the pass to
his thing.
Sabonis.
Yeah, that's because he has the lockdown. Mine is the rim protector lockdown.
He kicks to Warren to end the run.
Oh,
And for
man,
a
got my
7th
ass
make in
busted.
14 tries.
Domantas Sabonis is one of the
Sabonis is
outstanding
what?
passers from the
I
post
think that's
position
like
that
a
we have in
mailbox.
today's
I don't know
game.
what that
If
is. I
you're
don't have that
open, he'll
build, so
find
I've
you.
never seen that. Oh,
Pass to Leonard.
damn, Sabonis. I had you beat.
Inside, the great one. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
That was easy money.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention.
Yeah, with my shooting
puts him
guard,
in a
though,
position
I've
to
put
find
up
his teammates. Pretty pass.
Brogdon the
That guy
pass to
was
Warren.
OP. That bill was OP.
Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my
Then
formative years.
I put that build on the Pistons. So of course he was their main scorer. And of course they didn't care if I shot 60, 70 shots a game.
Player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Oladipo misses.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Down low, here's the great one.
That's
and
bad.
he can't bank that one in. Indiana's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
I let my energy run out
To the
before I shot
inside.
that. That was a bad move. That
And
was a
Turner
rookie mistake.
with the basket on the assist by Oladipo. Oladipo's got 3
yeah.
assists in the game. LA has gone
Dude,
past the
it's all
three-point
been
line
easy
for
dubs. It's
13 of
been
their
crazy,
shots.
man.
They're 6 of 13. Here's the great one, defended by Sabonis. Shot
The great one.
The great one.
It's like when I make mistakes, these guys don't make mistakes.
Well, when it's closing time,
It's
he's
crazy.
trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Sabonis kicks to Turner. And the pass to Brogdon. Oladipo with the ball. George picks him up. Oladipo misses.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Williams passes to the great one. Williams trying to break free. Gets it to go. That one good from the
That
great
was
one.
sweet.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest.
but we'll
Just
take it.
a total obliteration.
picked up
if you will.
fans for
You
that.
can safely
We'll definitely
say
take it.
mission accomplished now for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And words can hardly describe the way these guys have come out game after game after game and been dominant facing both conferences. When they hit the 72 win mark, we thought it couldn't continue. And when they rewrite the record books once more, we'll say, wow, we were glad we watched it all. What a team.
A 2-game season series. They
The great
win.
one.
They complete the sweep.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the great one.
Boy, I have
They wouldn't
loved
dare
this
come
guy's
back in a
energy
minute.
all night. There was never a point in which he let up.
That would be terrible, though.
Triple-double evidence of the kind of effort and skill he
That would
has.
be terrible,
Back to
man.
Turner.
I would see
Kicks to Oladipo.
violence against electronics.
Pass to Turner.
If that was to happen,
Now, here's
I'd
Wall.
have to destroy something.
Over Leonard.
Oh,
And it
let's go.
hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Leonard on the wing. To the paint. Here's the great one. Thank you.
The great one.
Last second.
Finishing strong. This is
Take
how
that
you
extra
want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's when you play almost a perfect game and to have
99.9. That's exactly what we need. That'll boost us up to 96.7. Next game I have should cap me out. Next game, yeah, should definitely put me at 97. At 97, yeah, 97. That's where we want to be. Be right back. Be right back.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Kenny, man. First, I want to say congrats. Triple-double. Incredible night. But I'm curious, were you aiming for that? It was something you were aware of?
Jack, come on now, man. If I'm aiming for anything, it's for that crowd.
Yo, and I'm back. That's weird. All right, yep, thanks for that. Yeah, I had a pretty good game. Yeah, I'm having like technical issues. Yeah. It looks like all my chats are down except for Twitch. That's really weird. Well, not really. What's weird is my device is not charging properly, which is why my chat is down. Because I got bad tech, basically. I got bum tech. There we go. It's not charging though. Well, I really can't continue the live stream without a chat. Let's see, what do we have left on the schedule? We're at 75, so it should be, yep, 7 games. Yeah, I think I'll just end the live stream here. I want to thank everybody for following through, everybody who left a comment, everybody who left a like, subscribe, anything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You can like and follow me at any of the sites you see above. My live streams are there. Thank you once again for following through. Hood Ninja Gaming, signing out. Thank you. Peace.